I'd seen all the hype surrounding the Ruroc Atlas 4.0 helmet. It's hard not to, so I thought I'd get my hands on one of these and see what all the fuss is about. Obviously, I've approached this video in the same way that I would do with any of my helmet reviews. I spend as much time as I can riding in the helmet to evaluate it in as many different weather conditions as I can in the time that I have, and also on lots of different bikes to see how it performs. The Atlas 4 helmet seems to be very well regarded in some circles, but I've also noticed that it's distinctly unpopular in others. Now, this might go back to some earlier models where the build quality and the ride experience was, let's say, questionable. Version 4 is now ECE 2206 certified, and the Ruroc team say that they've been working hard to put right some of the problems from previous helmets. On opening the box, you can see that the packaging is all part of the experience. They've taken a page out of the early Apple type presentation book, and it's all very slick. So before we get into the meat of the review, let's just take a quick look at some of the specs. There are now a few iterations of the Atlas 4.0. Street, which is a fiberglass shell and a double D-ring strap. Carbon, which as the name suggests is carbon fiber. This has a fidlock strap, a Rheon headliner and a tinted visor included in the box. Track, again carbon fiber and Rheon liner, but this time with the double D-ring, and the visors have an upper seal fitted. This particular helmet is the carbon version, but things do move fast at Ruroc. I had this earlier in the year and I've been testing it kind of throughout the year, but already this Commander colorway isn't in the current range. Although having said that, I did notice that they have an outlet side of their website, and this helmet is in there at £187.50, which is a massive saving over its original £375 price tag. The helmet is obviously very stylised, and it's either a look that you like or one that you don't. There's a lot of graphic options, including Star Wars, Marvel and DC, if you're into that look. In terms of spec, the helmet has two closable vents, this nostril style one on the chin and the small mesh vent on the brow. There's also small permanently open vents on the side, plus an exhaust vent on the rear. When riding, ventilation is okay, but to be honest, nothing really more than that. All helmets are set up to accept the Shockwave integrated Bluetooth comms unit, which was built in conjunction with Harman Kardon, and it fits neatly away in the rear of the helmet. The visor doesn't have a quick release function, but it does offer toolless removal via the metal thumb screws on the side, and it's a simple and easy job to swap them out. I found the sizing to be accurate, but do make sure that you look at the actual sizing in centimetres rather than just the letter on the label. I say that because I'm normally a large in pretty much any helmet that I try on. The large in this was too big, and I noticed that they do an ML, a medium large, and that's a 58 to 60 centimetres. That was the size that I needed to go for. And it was a good fit once I got it on. Yep. The thick neck roll on the helmet means that it's quite an effort to pull it on, and that hasn't really improved as the padding has broken in over time. Once it's on, it's good, and the unexpected benefit of the snug fit is that I found it to be a very quiet helmet on all of the bikes that I rode. The cheek pads are just that. They sit very high compared to a lot of other helmets that I've tried, but they are comfortable and it's a very reassuring snug feel. One of the most surprising things for me on the helmet was the vision it affords. The eyeball is massive and offers exceptional field of view, with one caveat. That nose piece in the centre is visible, and I'll be honest, it did kind of get on my nerves. As I said earlier, ventilation is adequate, nothing more, and I found that on hot days it wasn't providing enough airflow for me. The helmet being dark probably didn't help the situation. Another bugbear for me was that the dark matte finish attracted fingerprints like a white t-shirt attracts spaghetti bolognese. You can wipe it down, but once you put it on, they're usually back. Less of a problem for other colours, I suspect, and certainly not a problem with the gloss finishes. To be fair though, the helmet did perform better than I was actually expecting. Maybe I'd been swayed by some of the negative comments that I'd seen online, but It's pretty comfortable, it felt light and well balanced on the head, the vision is excellent, and it's quiet. The problem I have with it, other than the looks, is that some of the finishing still isn't that great, to be honest. There's a big gap between the liner and the helmet around the bottom of the neck padding. The EPS is visible around the top of the eye port. The chin sock isn't a great fit. And I noticed that the liner on the chin bar was fitted wonky too. It just left the helmet feeling a little bit cheap and not really the premium product that it's marketed as. I'll also admit to not being a fan of the Fidlock chin strap. Now that doesn't come from any safety concerns. I don't have any worries over that. It's just a bit of a pain to do up. In all the time I wore the helmet, I never did quite get the knack of just hooking it up quickly. I'm sure over time it would come to me, but I found it no quicker to do up than a standard double D. I guess it's called the Fidlock because it's fiddly to use. So as an overall summary, it's definitely a helmet that does stand out from the crowd, and although it does kind of ape the Simpson Bandit look, there's certainly nothing else like it out there on the marketplace. So if that look and the combination of those graphics is the sort of thing you're into, then this is definitely one for you to take a look at. Once the helmet's on, it did prove to be pretty comfortable, pretty quiet, and with really good vision, but the overall feeling I had from it is it just left me a little bit disappointed. Sadly, it's not a helmet for me. I do have the option of keeping hold of this, but it is going to go back to Ruroc because I'm just not going to wear it. But that's just my opinion, and of course I'm in a fortunate position where I'm able to compare this directly to a lot of other helmets, and this one just isn't for me. However, there are people out there who own them and absolutely love them. So the best thing I can suggest, if it's a look you're after, is to go and try one for yourself. Now, Ruroc themselves obviously are predominantly mail order, but more recently, my friends over at Bike Stop have become a premium retailer for Ruroc. That means they've got the full range of helmets in the store. You can go in there and try them on, and then you can place your order. And if you do that with the guys in Bike Stop, they will give you a free gift to say thank you for using their store to try it out. You can have a look at all of the stuff, try them all on, get some advice on the fitting, look at the accessories, and then if you like it, you can hit the button. So I hope you found that useful. As ever, I always try to stay objective and honest in my reviews, and I think I've done that with this helmet here. But if you do have any questions about it, let me know in the comments section down below. And all that leaves me to say is until next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.